I'm driving by this, I'm doing the air quotes building, and I'm like, you mean that like gigantic thing over there? And you guys have to understand, this building is a city block. It's 322,000 square feet and 3 stories and about half of it. It's huge. And I'm not bragging by any means. I'm just giving you insight of what she's pointing out. My conservative wife, who now is tripped the scale on the other side of conservative and is off her deep end. So I went and looked at it. Long story short, we come to an agreement, and we lease a portion. We don't use it all. We lease a portion of it out. We utilize. We're probably now in about 35,000 square foot of it. So we do use it. We do a lot more distribution because of our growth. So it's worked out. And thank God we got people to rent from us, because we'd be screwed if we didn't. So anyway, so JR goes ahead and he decides that he's done. I'm up to here. I'm like, okay, fine. So well, why don't you come and play for, we'll try it, see what works, and you want to stick around for 6 months. That was 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And so JR is the sales manager and chief cook and bottle washer on Fridays, and what else? It's he's the pack rat if he's got to load pellets into the pack mule. Pack mule if he's loading pellets into the store. We built out a little storefront because we have a lot of people that come in and buy pellets from us, locals, and that's why we don't have any dealers around us, because we couldn't support a dealer because our locals want to come in and talk and chit chat. Yeah. And Jared does a lot of that, and then he's taken over on all the social media. I mean, we have a woman that works for us, Brianna, that just does posts 3 days a week on all the platforms. But then JR is the guy that you talk to. So if you have questions and things keep going, or you call and you want to place an order, or or you're talking to him about being a dealer somewhere, he's the guy that you go to. So I pretty much snore until about 12 o'clock, eat, and then go back to bed at 1, because I'm just old. So. No, I'm doing bossy stuff. That's bossy right. Stuff. I'm doing bossy stuff. Turn off the lights. Heat's too high. Son of a. So,
so what was this building when you bought it? It was pretty run down. You did a lot of fixing up to it.
Yeah.
But what was this building back in the day?
So the building is 105 years old, and it was originally built in 105. Yeah, 105. It was originally built in 1915, wow. And this is where Hamilton Beach, blenders, mixers, and the like. This is where they started. Was in this building. Actually, we are in the Hamilton Beach President's office. So if you this will get posted. We're doing this on our phone, but we wanted to tape it until we get things set up. We don't have all the video stuff set up. Sound quality's good though. I mean, we got that taken care of. But so we're gonna post this also, and you can go to YouTube and watch it if you want to see how beautiful we are. And
camera adds 30 pounds.
Yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah, it's 30 pounds here. Yeah. We're both like a svelte 170. I think,
easily.
Right?
Yep. We got ripped.
Yeah. So we're actually in the old president's office for Hamilton Beach, and we're kind of in the corner of the building, and it's kind of self-contained. It's a dual door in, and I mean it's a cool little space for what it needs to be. It's got its own little bathroom and sink area, and it's we're going to be doing other podcasts. We're going to have other guests in here. It just works out really good. We don't have to go in the bowels of the building to utilize the space. So we took this over. They had moved out back in 1968, and the gentleman that I bought it from owned it for 45, 50 years, and he kind of ran down over the last 15 years. As you said, it was a little rough, and we're working on it. I mean, it's nothing's easy and cheap, but it's a really cool building. I mean, it's all post. Most of it is post and beam. It's really cool. I mean, you got it. It's
excellent. If you really like old industrial era architecture, yeah, this is the place.
Yeah, it's just cool. So, and this building supported. There was another old building that we were in, which was even older than this one. It was a smaller building, but the area that we're in is this weird industrial kind of light residential area. There's residential around it because everybody lived, in the day they didn't drive into work, they walked. So, everybody that worked here pretty much lived around here. So there's a lot of intermix of residential and industrial. It's not just a big industrial complex like out of town. We're just north, and we talked about this the other day, we're just north of downtown in Racine. So, but cool all the same. Very cool. So JR came on, and he's been, and we're doing this because he can get in front of a mic and talk when I shut up occasionally, and the show. So why are we doing the podcast? I'll ask you a question. Why are we going to do the podcast?
We're doing a podcast for a few reasons, but the biggest thing is to connect with you guys, interact with you, see what you think. We can talk about stuff that you want to talk about, that you might have questions on, that you could be in a Facebook forum or an Instagram forum or whatever, pellet forum, and everybody, they all have their own opinions on how to do things. And I'm not knocking any of that. We're not knocking any of that.
No.
And we're not here to even tell you how to cook. We just want you to understand how to use your smoker and how to use the pellets and how to go about doing certain things. Everybody's got their tricks, and everybody's tricks came up because they were playing around.
Right.
Nobody got it right the first time.
Right. No. This is all trial and error.
Yeah.
Still.
It's expensive.
After 15 years.
Expensive trial and error.
Yeah, but still trial and error.
Yeah. So we thought it'd be really neat to interact with all you and see what you're thinking, see what your thoughts are. And
So, if you guys have questions, by all means, drop us a line at JR, drop us a line to jr@cookingpellets.com, and
or find me on Facebook.
or find them on Facebook. Look for Cooking Pellets on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. We do the Pinterest thing too. He's mostly on Facebook because that's where most kind of gather.
Yeah.
But if you guys have questions or want to hear about things or have us explain something in detail on the podcast, that's why we're here. We're trying to cover the pellet. Now, we don't want to shove cooking pellets down your throat. Okay, you guys know what we do. I mean, if you look on the video, there's this huge thing behind us, and it's our show booth, and it's obvious who we are. So, but we're just here to inform, really. I mean, nobody does a specific podcast just to the pellet industry, and that's what this is.
Right.
So, we'll cover, we're trying to figure out a plan of attack of what to do every month, and we're going to do it monthly. We might end up kicking in more as it moves along more and we get more of a base, but we got to start somewhere. So we do have the capabilities in our equipment to take callers, so we will do a live podcast, and we'll let all you guys know, and we'll give out the number, and you guys can call in, ask questions, we can answer it, and then move on to the next guy. So, make it a little bit more interactive with you guys. But, if there's things you want to hear, drop us a note. Let us know, because we're trying to make it good for you guys. I mean, I know what that, I can talk till I'm blue in the face.
We talk to each other all day till we're blue in the face.
Yeah.
We need to talk to you guys.
Yeah, trust me. I need to talk to somebody else. So, it just makes it a lot easier when we have a little bit of input from you guys. So we're still going to go over things. We're still going to, things that you may not know. We're going to try touching on that. About the industry, things you may not know about the industry. We're going to touch on that every week. We'll probably touch on a recipe or how we cook something. Just something different. People are always asking how I do my pulled pork. Well, maybe on the next podcast, I'll touch on how I make my pulled pork, because it seems to be a little different than most people. I always get, hey, do you wrap, or do you brine, or do you that? No. I'm pretty basic. I don't put a lot of effort in my stuff. I mean, it sounds bad, but I mean, I put enough effort in to get a great result, and that's what I'm always looking to do, because damn it, I'm just busy. So I just try doing it as best I can with the least amount of, overall. And, I was on Twitch, which we'll get back on for our show, but I was on Twitch doing a 3-hour cook, a couple of times. Oh my God, was that? Oh, that was a kid. You can't do that. Nobody wants to see my beautiful face for 3 hours. Mom said I had a face for radio, and if you look at old Twitch stuff, you'll see why. So, anyway, so we're just figuring out a plan of attack and what we're going to do every show. But the most thing that you have to understand is the biggest thing you have to understand is it's just about